Ready for tonight's sinful creation? Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is preheat your oven to 400. Next, you're going to add 1 egg per pound of ground beef. Since I'm using 2 pounds, I'm going to add 2 eggs. Okay, next up is your milk. You're going to want to add, again, I've doubled it, so it's going to be half. But if you're using 1 pound of ground beef, it's going to be 1/4 cup of milk. Half a teaspoon, in my case I'm using 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire, I can never say it. Worcestershire, that. Next you're going to add 1 onion that's been pretty well chopped, minced. Okay, so normally the recipe calls for half a cup of breadcrumbs, but because this is all I have, let's see, that's probably not even 1/4 cup, I'm going to add probably a couple of slices of bread and some spices, but like I said, normally if you have the breadcrumbs you're going to want to use half a cup. I would be using, if I had the breadcrumbs, I would have 1 cup, but I don't. So you got to make do. Now the spices. Garlic. If you have fresh garlic, I would add a clove of that, finely minced, obviously. But I just have the powder, so I'm gonna. Oh, that's good. Seasoning. Dash of some pepper. A crushed red pepper. Just a little bit. And some salt. I'm going to add a little bit of this Italian blend cheese. About that much, so maybe that's like 1/4 cup, if that. So you're going to want to mix those ingredients and then add your meat. Now once you mix everything together, you're going to start forming your little meatballs and put them on the tray. You're going to want to line a cookie sheet with some aluminum foil and spray it with some cooking spray. Okay, so I'm done making my meatballs. Now I'm going to stick them in my 400-degree oven for about 18 to 22 minutes, or until they're no longer pink in the center. Now your cooking times may vary, so just be forewarned about that. Also depends on the size of your meatball. I have pretty big meatballs, so I'm going to set my timer and check on them in about 18 minutes. So my meatballs still have a few minutes, and so while that's going on, I am going to make my pasta. I have some leftover bow ties from my pasta bake, so I'm going to add, it's about 6 ounces, half of this package, so 6 ounces. cook according to directions, drain, all that good stuff. My meatballs are done. My pasta is drained. Now comes the fun part. So the first thing you're going to want to do is transfer your meatballs to a casserole baking dish. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to layer your pasta on top. Next, you're going to add one 24-ounce jar of, well, I'm using mushroom pasta sauce. Any kind of spaghetti sauce will do. And see, I was going to add those red peppers because I had a red pepper, but there's really no room for it now. So, I'll save that for another recipe. But the final thing I'm going to do is add some more cheese. Okay, so I was going to broil it, but I think I'm going to put it in the oven at 350 and see how it does. Really, all you want to do is get your cheese to melt, but I don't want it to cook too fast, otherwise the cheese is gonna obviously burn. So we'll see how it goes, but you're gonna put it in your oven. Okay, so it's been in there about 20 minutes at 350. I think it's done. Doesn't that look delicious? And I'm sure it will be. Okay, I'm gonna try a bite now. Let you know how it is. Oh my goodness. Gotta try the meatball next. Oh my goodness. I think that I have outdone myself this time for sure. As Mr. Food would say, it's so good. Or does he go, ooh, it's so good. Let's try this again. Ooh, it's so good. Thanks for joining me in the Sinful Kitchen. See you next time.